we are, and we're early by 45 whole seconds. Welcome to our kitchen. I am Katie, and this is Cooking with Katie, episode 2. A couple things. First things first, today's cocktail, Cooking with Katie, and a cocktail, Chardonnay. And yes, there is a wine cube, or an ice cube in my wine. And yes, these are my pajamas. So cheers. Just cooking from my house. This is what it's really like. So, Chardonnay today it is. It's my cocktail. All right, so we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna make a spring vegetable pasta. And because we are under quarantine, we are gonna be using things that we have in our kitchen, and we're gonna be using things that we have in our pantry and in our refrigerator. And so we're gonna get started with boiling our pasta. On our stove, right back here, I have boiling water. And in the boiling water, we have so much salt, it tastes just like the ocean. And by the way, my production team, special thank you to my husband, Ben. You, Ben, are in charge of reading the comments and letting me know if people are appreciating what they're seeing.
Everyone appreciates you, honey.
I don't, we'll see about that. But if you have any questions during the cooking lesson, so to speak, write to me. Let me know so that we can talk. It's like we're cooking together. And if you, obviously you don't have all of these things prepared right now, but this might be something fun for you to make. And so we'll walk through it together. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section. All right, so we're gonna get our pasta. By the way, I'm using this shape, and it's what we have. It's kind of like, they call it, the radiators is what they call it, but it's a fun shape that's going to hold the sauce of the pasta. So get it into the boiling water. It's been boiling for a little while now, and make sure that it's super salted. So we're going to get that in there. Can you hear me over there, Ben, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, so we're going to get that going, and it's only going to cook for about 5 to 10 minutes because it's smaller. So it goes, 5 to 7 minutes, I think is 5 minutes is what this says. So we're going to go 5 to 7. Make sure that that is boiling, and then now we're going to get to actually building our sauce with all of our vegetables. So this right here is a little bit different from what we did last week when I was making the Greek turkey meatballs. This is an induction burner, and it's really cool because I was thinking to myself, how are we going to film so that you're not just staring at my back over there, because there would be nothing appealing or appetizing about that. So then I remembered that for Christmas, Ben, it was your dad, right?
Yep.
He gave us the induction burner because we had taken some cooking classes where we cooked on induction burners, and at one point we thought, maybe we should actually get rid of this range right here and get an all induction range because you control the temperature. And the really cool thing about an induction burner is that there's a coil in here that coil, but then it creates a magnetic field.
Yep.
Right? And it only heats the metal. So when you take the pan off and it's on, this is still cool. I mean, it's cool, but when the pan will be hot.
Purpose of salt in the pasta.
To salt the pasta.
Just to flavor the pasta.
To flavor the pasta. And I don't think that I ever added enough salt to the water, and then I started to notice when we were taking more and more cooking lessons and people were talking about the importance of having the salt in there, you can tell a big difference when it's been properly salted. The water should taste like the ocean.
So what do you think, like a teaspoon of salt or probably not a tablespoon would be a lot.
I think tablespoon is too much, but this is our little salt box, and we had lots of people ask about this salt box last week. I don't really remember where I got it, but I think you can get it at like any of the cooking stores for sure. And then I think TJ Maxx and Home Goods and stuff, they carry these too, which might be where it came from. I don't remember. But I just do a handful and throw it in. And for time purpose today, I had already salted it. Otherwise, I would have shown you next time. All right.
Makes it boil faster too, is what a comment on here from Stephanie.
Look at that. I'm learning from you guys. Well, so on the induction burner, I'm going to go ahead and get started over medium-high heat. And all I have to do is press the button. It's a little loud, has a little bit of a fan in there, but I promise you, it is better than looking at my back the entire time. You'd rather deal deal with the sound of this fan than opposed to staring at my back. So, in this pan, and while our pasta is continuing to boil, and by the way, if it starts to boil over and I don't see it, someone yell, okay? You bet. So we're going to get some oil going in the bottom of this pan. About a tablespoon
Probably
and a half.
yeah.
And our veggies in our spring pasta today, you can use anything that you have. And the vegetables that we're about to have in late spring and summer, possibilities are endless. We had some zucchini that was cut up like this. I think that Ben thought that these were cucumbers, and he put some of these onto his sandwich, and he's like, oh wow, it's really good. And I said, that was zucchini. Didn't seem to bother him. Smoking a little bit.
It's hot, honey.
All right, so we're gonna get our zucchini in here. Woo! Also,
Turn it down if you need.
yeah, I'm gonna turn this down. I control the temperature with the induction burner. Also, we have some asparagus, and this asparagus has just been cut into bite-sized, manageable pieces. So this is a bunch. I have it, we're using it, so this is also going in there right now. And we're just gonna saute this down until they get soft. And that's probably about 3 or 4 minutes or so. And another great thing that I learned, I would have immediately added salt and pepper to this. But the salt is going to draw the liquid out, and then it's going to kind of make all these vegetables mushy, and I do still want it to have a little bit of a bite to it. So don't add your salt and pepper right now. Wait until later when you can actually taste the dish, and then you can control how much salt and pepper and control the taste. And I did say that this was one pot pasta. Not.
What does pit the pan mean?
Hit the pan? Did I say that?
I have no idea.
I'm not sure. Hit the pan? Hit the pan with oil?
Yeah, maybe hit the pan with oil.
Maybe. I don't know. I might have said it, but I don't know what I mean. I don't know what I meant. Hit the pan with oil. Maybe it was a typo. I'm not sure. Anyway, we have our spring veggies, our asparagus, and we have our zucchini in here. I'm just stirring it around so that it doesn't burn because it is under medium-high or on medium-high heat. So we're going to get that going. And remember, we have our pasta back there that is in really heavily salted water, and that's just going to go for about 5 minutes. Production man, Ben, how are we looking on the time back there?
5.5 minutes.
Okay, so I'm going to give that a stir. Get this in a good place. But you could, just a side note, you could add any vegetables that you have to this. I think that we are going to add some peas, and also because I'm trying to use as few pots and pans as possible, I'm adding our frozen peas. You can use fresh if you can find them, to boiling water so that it cooks it real fast, and that's going to go for about a minute and a half. So our pasta's looking pretty good. I'm going to add our frozen peas. And let that go for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to drain the whole thing. I do have my colander in the sink, ready to go when it's time. So just saute this down.
Let's see. Hold on.
We have asparagus, zucchini, peas are going to go into this, and then eventually we're also going to add some garlic, but I don't want to do that right now because I don't want it to burn. So this is looking pretty good. And with the magic and the coolness of the induction burner, okay, I need a fan in here. I can take this off of here and it will be cool to the touch. Don't have to worry about burning it, which I think I am going to take it off right now and wait for our pasta to finish. This is fast. This is a very fast cooking meal, especially when you have all of your ingredients prepped, which I very rarely do. I'm doing the prepping of the ingredients for you. It does make me feel more in control when I'm cooking and I have everything mise en place, everything in place.
Good job.
All right, I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna turn this down. And I'm going to just put this over here for a minute.
Garlic too.
Brush up. I'm gonna add the garlic, I think. Well, yeah. I'll add the garlic when I'm gonna add the pasta. So we'll be ready. All right, this is just letting me know that it's no longer on there. All right. I think our pasta is finished. Let me just make sure. Oh yeah, that's definitely done. Did y'all ever used to throw spaghetti against the wall to see if it was finished? This won't stick, but it's definitely done. All right, so we're gonna drain this.
And that beeping sound is our burner saying, "Put a pan on me" or something. It's
I'll put it back on.
desperate for metal contact.
Okay,
And then hit. There you go.
going back up. All right, now at this point, now that everything has been drained and everything has been cooked, going to add 1 clove of garlic. And with the zucchini, by the way, I forgot to tell you, the zucchini, it was about 1 medium-sized zucchini. And then I did tell you that the amount of asparagus that we used was just 1 bunch cut into 2-inch pieces or bite-sized pieces. This is just 1 clove of garlic that we're going to saute down. And then we're going to, oh, it smells really good. I wish that you could smell that. Gosh, that smells good. All right, now we're going to add.
Did you save your cooking liquid?
What I meant to tell you to do that I didn't do was reserve a cup of the cooking water because it has all the,
Starch and
all the starch from the pasta in there, which makes for a really nice cooking sauce. But I didn't do it because I'm a little overwhelmed right now. Just need more wine. When we were critiquing the very first cooking show, Mrs. Rabat said, you need to drink more. And you know what? I think he's right. All right, so we're going to incorporate this into our pasta. Now, if I had reserved the water, now would be the time to add it in because it's going to create a really great sauce. I think it's still going to do that with the water. And you can add more water, so I always err on the side of caution by adding not too much right away. So this is going to cook down. All of the flavors are going to come together. It's going to create a nice sauce. Things are going to stick to, the sauce is going to stick to the pasta. We're going to do that for about 3 or 4 minutes. You'll be able to tell when the sauce is starting to thicken. We're going. How's it looking, Ben? Does anybody have any questions for me?
lots of love. There was a lot of questions or a lot of comments about salting the water in the beginning. Was it fact or fiction?
About the
Of myth of does it? I think it was more about does it boil the water faster? Maybe.
that I don't know. I do know it for sure adds flavor to the pasta, as opposed to adding tons and tons of salt and pepper at the very end. When you start and you have the pasta cooking in salted water, it flavors the pasta. So, and that's coming from someone who didn't used to do that at all, and so then I learned through classes, also learned from my husband, salt the water and make it taste like the ocean. Cheers.
I'm getting comment of brownies. I want to know. Somebody's seeing brownies back here. We ate all the brownies. There's no more brownies left.
We had brownies. All right, so also, the fun thing about this pasta, you can use any kind of vegetables you like, but we are going to add some pistachios. I think walnuts would be really good in there, maybe slivered almonds if you wanted to, but pistachios, you can't just eat one pistachio. I find myself, I was toasting them a little bit earlier, and I found myself eating them by the handful, and I thought, ooh, I have enough for the pasta.
Katie,
then,
what is your favorite wine?
Depends on the day. It really does, and my mood, and what I'm eating, and if it's the weather, how the weather is. Last night I might have overindulged in some rosé and also some red wine. And I thought to myself, can I handle a cocktail today? And the answer is yes, I can. So today we're having Chardonnay. Which, by the way, I've now gone into a new phase of drinking Chardonnay because I used to not care for it. And then I found one that I really enjoyed. And then now I like to try the different flavors. I like really buttery and oaky and as opposed to light and fruity. All right, so this is looking pretty good. The what's in here so far, we have the noodles, we have the asparagus, we have some garlic, and we have some zucchini. And we did put a little bit of the, supposed to be the reserve cooking water, but I forgot. So this is going. And now is going to be a time when we can add some salt and pepper. We're also going to be adding, hi Ted, you can come in. You want to say hi? I'm making dinner. Do you want to say hello to everyone?
Okay. Are you watching Frozen?
No.
Why not?
Because I was
All right, I'm going to turn that off because it's going to keep going. So now we're going to add the juice of about a tablespoon of lemon juice. And we're also going to add a little bit of lemon zest. Just
Oh,
because
guys,
it's
can
really
I
fresh.
help?
No. Not right now. And by the way, I'm sure he's not going to want to eat it either because it has
greens.
vegetables in it and green. But I might be able to fish out some of the noodles, and he'll probably eat that. Maybe a pea or two. I don't know. So let's put a little bit of lemon juice on there. I'm totally not. There were no seeds in here. I'm not measuring that. I just feel like we're good with this. We'll add the lemon zest at the very end. Let's get our pistachios in there. Put those in there. And that was about a quarter cup of pistachios that I did lightly toast. It's probably not really necessary, but I did. And then we're also going to add Parmesan cheese. And I'm not even going to tell you an amount for Parmesan cheese because I feel like you just decide how much you want to put in there. So, and then we're going to do that over the top. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And I, of course, will post everything that I'm using. I'll post on our Facebook page all the ingredients. But I say just use what you have. I mean, the peas we had in our freezer, and the the zucchini we had used for a different meal earlier in the week, so we had that left over. We'll tell you one of the things that my co-worker Jason Goodman said to me today. We were in the office and I was like, hey guys, don't forget, tune in. And he goes, so do you just like rip off people's recipes, or are you creating them yourself? And I said, first of all, rude. And second of all, no, all the recipes, yes, I think that they come from a lot of different places. Like this one, for instance, came from Real Simple Magazine, but you use what you have. That's the name of the game. I feel like that's not enough cheese. It never is.
No.
Keep going. Although, why do they make it look so easy on the cooking shows where it's just like, oh yeah, just use this, and then it all comes out. I'm sweating. I'm really working for it. All right. And then after I taste this, that is when I'm going to add salt and pepper. But obviously, the Parmesan adds a lot of salt. And there was some salt in the water, which seems to be the thing we're all talking about. Do that. All right, we're gonna mix this up.
That looks really good.
Thank you. He said it looks really good in case you didn't hear him. All right, so this is your one pot pasta with spring vegetables. I'm gonna taste it and see if it needs some salt and pepper. And then I'm going to post the video. Yep, or post it.
Josie said she's buying you a cheese grater with a wheel.
Thank you. That's really good. All right, does need some salt. We'll need some pepper. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here. Like that. And we've got some pepper. Josie, kind of like the one that you see when you go to the Italian restaurants where they just, that would be nice. All right, and I did say a little bit of some lemon zest. This is my zester. Just do this over here. And pulling it. You know we have one of these for some cocktails. That'll be another thing too, I think that we'll do. We'll explore making some cocktails. But just a little bit of some lemon zest, and then you guys, we're all finished. You'll be ready to make this in your homes and share with your family. All right, there it is. My one pot spring pasta. Thank you for episode 2. I promise next time I'll actually follow all of my my cooking instructions, like reserving my water. Have a good night.